What's going on, everybody? Thanks for stopping in. Make sure to hit that subscribe, give me a thumbs up, tell me what you think about the content. So here we go. Short story on the 2018 Scatpack. The other day I was in front of my wife and she hit a turtle. She hit a turtle and I was ahead of her. Excuse that noise, that's her texting me. So I was in front of my wife the other day and we're driving and I noticed a turtle in the road. I was in the Yukon, so I was able to go over it, but by the time that I could warn her, she had hit the turtle and I saw in the mirror it flip out the back of the car. Now the car is lowered. It has 2-inch lowering springs, the H&R springs. And anyway, since then we've noticed, or I've noticed a little tug sound like maybe the stroller in the trunk was rocking around, so I took it out today and anyway, the noise was still there, so I brought the car home and I've got it jacked up. So what I've found is my rear tires are rubbing the fender a little bit, the plastic inserts. Now I am prepared for this with 3mm spacers. I've been fortunate that I haven't noticed. Now the rubbing's not bad. I'll show you in just a minute on both the plastic inserts on the inner fender, but there's no damage to the inside of the tire. But the only thing that I can gather is it's just touching it enough when you go over a bump or something of that nature when the rear suspension flexes. But I do have these to correct the issue. Anyway, here we go. As my wife says, I'm speaking in cursive. Alright, so as I said, we are running a 305 35 R20 Mickey Thompson Street Comp. Here we go. Here's the outside of the wheel. And I don't know if you can see the actual size, not that I'm whatever lie to you. Well, let me get my light on. Oh, let's see, I do have these stickers on here. Let's see, there's the size right there, which is upside down. Let me turn that over for you. There you go. So, there you go. That's that. And the back of the tire literally has no markings. I mean, very little rubbing. You can see right there. Let me drop that. You can kind of see a little bit of the edge that's barely rubbing into the plastic. But other than that, I think we'll be able to fix it. Let me grab my light, because the lighting in my garage is not good. I do have both garage doors open, and it's a nasty day. So, here's the inside. Let me set that light down. Maybe we can still get some light. So, we got a little bit of rubbing right here. And I'm thinking this is what I'm hearing, because that echoes through the car. There is some rubbing over here, which this side of the car actually had some problems. When we first purchased it, I sent it to get it detailed. Long story, this is not from the tires. When I purchased the car, I'm not going to name any names on who I had detailed the car, but they hit a curb so hard that my lower control arm had to be replaced because it was bent 84 degrees out. This side of the car was actually rubbing, which was fixed immediately. But anyway, this is new. All these little bitty right here, but you see how light and faint it is, and it's obviously fresh. So a little right there, but like I said, this side actually had a little damage to the car from the company that detailed it. Oh, one more thing let me make mention of, because I see a lot of these guys that they'll get under their cars and all they'll have is a jack underneath it, which is great. I'm glad you have a jack, but if that jack fails, you're done. Put a jack stand under your car, fellas. I literally cringe every time I see someone's legs up under a car without a jack stand. Safety first. As you can tell, those jack stands are extremely old. I've had those since I was 19. Alright, so here's the other side. Alright, this side's nowhere near as bad, but this is not, I didn't have any problems on this side of the car. Like I said, the other side had a lower control arm that had to be fixed. 84 degrees. That was just crazy. But when I launched the car, I knew something was wrong. And that was also when I first got the car. I didn't really realize how much was going on with it. Now, there you go. Now you can see where it's been rubbing. Right here is the only place I think I'm hearing anything. Now, that echoes through the whole car like something rolling around in your trunk. Let me bring the light over here. Very little, nothing right here. Let me see if I can get the light to shine right on it so you can see it. It's very little. There's nothing up in the fender well as well. So let me back up a little bit. There's nothing in the fender well like the other side. Like I said, I'll repeat it again. The other side had a bent lower control arm that had to be replaced. So this side over here is going to look worse just because of the damage that was done to it prior. You will notice I've got an old piece of cardboard. I like to keep a piece on the floor just in case I have to get up underneath the car for whatever reason. I would rather get on it. I can shake it off. But I'm kind of blown away by the amount of damage that's on this side, especially this one place right here that's gotten kind of into the paint a little bit. I'm going to have to put some black paint on that or something just to keep it from rusting. Just get it protected, which I've got over there on my stand of crap. So I'm going to get that done. I'm going to take a quick pause. I'm going to start putting this back together, and excuse me, I will kind of give you an update on how it looks afterwards. I did not take a before photo to see if it was going to stick out much more, but I don't believe the tires are going to stick out from the fender well more than what they already do. This is such a small little spacer, just enough to get it by. It's only 3 millimeters. You can buy 3 or 5 millimeter spacers without having to do like a hub extension or something like that. Safety on these extensions, for your knowledge only, you need to be able to get at least minimum 5 solid turns on that lug nut to make sure that it's not going nowhere. So I will be back in just a minute and show you the final fitment. So since I have the car down and apart and the tires off, I'm going to go ahead and show you the 30 seconds on the car on the tires, because they've been on the car for about 3 months, and my biggest concern when I bought these tires was how long were they going to last. Now I have put, I don't even know, I'd have to look. I mean, we drive the car a lot. The car's almost got 17,000 miles on it, and it's an 18, so we do drive the car a lot, but they have been on for about 3 months. Anyway, here we go. So just so you know, I'm going to do this right off the tire on the outside groove, and we're going to come in with the 30 seconds of, it's 8 on the inside, which the car's lowered, so you know that that's where it's going to wear the most. Sorry, there we go. Still trying to get a hang of this. And on the outside, there's not as much friction because the way the car just cambers, and it's still right there at it. So we're still at 8:30 seconds, even though when the car sits there it looks a little like it's flexing. The tire's wearing evenly, and I'm really happy with these tires. They are so much better than the stock factory all-season tires that are on the Hellcat, which this is what I will be putting on the Hellcat, but I will probably put ET Streets on the rear of that one, and I know that ET Streets are going on the rear of this one, but I may keep this set on there for whatever, just another set of tires. Anyway, 3,000 miles, 3 months of driving, and we drive this car. Just like I said, I don't care about where the stickers are facing or whatever. Lug nuts all over here. And I will probably pause this video because I'm sure tightening lugs up is just so important. But just, if you don't know, get them tightened up to where they're on the car evenly. Do not put full force on the car or the lug nuts until after you ground the car. Get them on there snug to where you know that they are centered. Do a star pattern. For people that don't know, there's a lot of people out there that do know this, which, bravo, you know how to change a tire. People that don't know, this is important for your lug pattern to sit square with going back onto the car. So, like I said, you're just going to tighten these up just a fair amount, nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. Anyway, I will come back after I get the other side completed and we lower the car back down and show you the aftermath. I'm going to finish the video up with me being behind the camera just to show you with the 3mm on there. I mean, I'm going to get as close as I can looking straight down. Top of the tire is not sticking out. You can see the letters, but literally it's still under the car. 305s, 3mm spacer. Everything fits like it's supposed to. I did pull in and out of the driveway just to kind of get the back end to settle back down. Both sides look great. Just for comparison reasons, I will do so. As you can see, same exact thing. Cannot see the top of the tire. So it does fit up underneath there, even with the 3mm spacers. And I do believe that that will take care of the issue with the small amount of rubbing that I had. Like I said, the rubbing that I had on the passenger side was previous from damage from a company that detailed the car. Now, I know I said that earlier, so let me make it clear. I do not drop my car off and leave it with anyone that I do not trust. I have had the car left with people that I trust. Insane is one of them. Chase is a stand-up guy. I would never in a million years think that he would ever do anything to damage anyone's property. I know the lighting's bad, but the inside calipers, the Brimbos, they were done gold with red to match the car. Chase did do those. That is awesome. Awesome. Also, I do get some questions about my letters. This is the company that I use for my tire stickers. They're permanent. They are raised. They come with a glue, a cleaner. This process it's not a long process, especially on a newer tire. But these guys, not that I'm getting anything out of this by saying anything, but other than just giving you some content on what products that I have used. Those have been on the car since I've had the tires, and it's been 3 months, and I have had no issues with stickers coming off. Like I said, they are permanent.